paid it off easily.
Linea Mini.
Linea
Oh, I see it.
Mini.
Just super cheap. Just $6,000.
Yeah. Yep.
A Maserati is literally the only car I want, which is why I walk everywhere I go. Was it from your own espresso machine? I'm not saying, that's like saying I can't walk anywhere too because I don't have the best shoes. You want the best espresso machine. You don't want the best coffee.
$6,000.
Do you think there's a diminishing return here? Maybe you spend $1,000 and you get good coffee. This is a slippery slope, Decker, because I start watching Roseanneville, and before you know it, I've spent like $4,000 on boots.
Kellen told me about him.
Am I going to end up spending a bunch of money on other things that I don't need? Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Guy? I definitely have seen his stuff. That's funny. Yeah. I like the algorithm. It's like, you search coffee a few times in your life, you'll love this. Yeah. So that's it.
I've been working to get it to show up in mine. It's a tough task.
I was lost on that one. That one, was that an inside thing or?
No.
Just
Okay.
a lot of hot dogs.
18 hot dogs are not an inside thing, Johnny. You gotta take that. You gotta take that outside.
You are fogged.
That's your blur, right?
That's your work, so you can. That's what I need to start playing the fog game. So when I choose to like take a picture of my backdrop and then like work out of like Tahoe or somewhere else, and people just go home.
Do you use Discord for work stuff?
No, at Teams.
It was turned on in your camera. I don't when I'm at home, but I do when I'm at work because there's people that walk by. Because they still haven't given me an office.
Overrated.
It is over. Yeah, dude. That's smart. I didn't want an office when I first became a manager, Sam, and then I got one and I realized how much easier one-on-ones were.
That's what I was totally being facetious. It would be so hard without an office.
I go to the yurt for my one-on-ones. I do. The yurt is bookable.
Wait.
Did you just call? Is that how you call us to order?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, now we're having a meeting. Are we recording already? There was no warning.
Yeah, wait a second. I didn't consent to that. I haven't
There
spoken
was
to my
no beep.
manager.
Yeah.
Two-party consent.
Our tool at work turns off everybody's cameras and mics and says, "You're now being recorded. You're now being transcribed."
Mm-hmm.
I've got some big bossing bees and some boys on the block. I call them couple G's and they think that I'm hot. I chill with tea.
And it was real bad.
From the top, we come with breeze and some things I thought. I'm the queen,
That's real bad.
representative, see the incentive is I'm not intimidated.
We turned on an AI synopsis, like it gives you notes from the meeting,
Yeah.
and that shit sent synopsis that was like, Jason from this team needs to make sure he installs his winter tires. It was one of the action items that it assigned.
That's awesome.
It was great. None of the other stuff was useful.
That's really amazing. Yeah.
I did. I sent a follow-up email a few weeks later to ask if he'd closed that action item. Nobody thought it was funny because my work is devoid of humor.
Sounds like corporate America.
In a
Slap
meeting.
your hands. Now do a thing. Yeah, okay.
Hey. Oh.
Yeah, whoa.
Do mine.
Yeah, try it again.
My son's in the background and he's underage, so he's
I don't
not
think
a
it's gonna be
consenting
that
adult.
kind of. I don't think it's gonna be that kind of meeting.
You never
Yeah.
know.
Does that have a
Okay.
name? Tired Sisters Media.
What are our videos like?
What's our presence?
Yeah. How many subscribers do we have?
Well, hang on. Let me.
I'm
Because
not even finding it on YouTube. Have you not published it? There's a Sad Boy
episode-
Track Club.
Episode 1: How to get your YouTube channel to show up online.
Wait a second. I think
How did we spell? How did we spell?
There's another.
boys?
There's another Sad Boys. They have 3,000 subscribers, and
They're not
They-
spelled the same way, are they?
no,
their videos are way better than ours. They have them.
dude, and they're way more handsome than we are.
Yeah, they are. Look at that sweater. Why does it sound like we're naming it right now? I was led to believe it already existed.
Did you hit that sweet monetize button?
I think you have
need
to have.
I mean, like, what's the point? Yeah, and we'll have to like share like the silver play button or whatever. Like when it comes, like we have to like rotate it.
We should have competitions to win the silver play button that we don't have. We don't even have a searchable channel yet.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I did. I can't find it. How's it spelled?
You have to search our channel, Johnny.
and here's the deal: we do have to like come up with some rules when we buy the big house together. We have to like how we're gonna share the rooms. We got to figure that out.
Yeah, you can.
Can you change it to something you can search for and find?
Have you tried searching for it?
He doesn't have to. He's got it right there in front of him.
Okay, is it Sad Boys with an S?
But or is it?
Yeah. One word or two word? Okay.
Oh, now I've got I got Sad Boys United versus Gold Diggers. First half, it looks like they're playing soccer. Is that us?
SadBois happier now. But like,
But you should still be able to find a user, right? Like
Yeah.
a profile page that's like, do you have like construction guys that tell people that it'll be there soon?
but also there is a YouTube channel called SadBois.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
this
it's a
already,
pop
Sam.
punk EDM crossover.
Yeah. But so can we have the same thing that they have?
Yeah, because we're an
Totally.
athletic club and they're a pop punk EDM crossover.
Yeah, but like I might
Their
want to throw in some
crossover is
pop punk.
athletics club. That's the problem.
Oh, it's great.
That's the
That's
move.
it. That's it.
They can't, right? Just by default.
Hey, look, I found us.
We should put their music on our site.
I don't believe you. Is it any good?
That they do appear to be an EDM punk pipe smoking crossover. What was it?
Pop punk.
Pop.
Wait, what?
That is that.
Pump.
That's a tough one.
So just to be clear, we're not Sad Boys United.
That sounds like a football club.
It is a football club. Sad Boy Athletics, I get Sad Boys highlights, but they got Z's in their business. I still can't find us.
So Decker put a link in the chat. That
Yeah,
if
but
you just
that's the
visited
easy
that,
way.
you could stop searching.
What chat did you put it in? This chat? It's happening.
This is the start. Just escalates from here.
I feel like maybe you should have created a different voice channel because we are not fighting dragons.
Not
And
currently.
this is where we fight dragons.
We just got another engagement.
Hey, I found us.
Yeah, every engagement is a good engagement.
How are you feeling? Like like raisin? Okay. So like yeah, what's our plan for today? Like are we discussing what this will be like, what we want to do?
We should probably start with brand stuff, right? I mean, you want that up front. So I got some hickory smoked summer sausage from my dad for Christmas. That was pretty good. Warm it up on the grill.
I had some
Ooh,
Papa J's jerky.
Jerky's so good.
I
It's
had
good.
some I had I had Trader Joe's lime chicken. Have you tried this? It's like lime grilled chicken that's like it it's like already
In your
made. Like you
face.
just put it on your salad or put it in your quesadilla and it was great.
You could even just put it in your mouth, Sam.
I Kirsten bought it and I was skeptical and then I just ate some and I was really happy with it.
Trader Joe's.
I mean, if you just need to grab something quick. Oh, oh, it's got to be Papa J's jerky.
And, and Papa J's jerky.
You should also put in some like mainstream music to see if it'll make it past and fly through.
Go to Sad Boy Athletics channel on YouTube to get your discount codes. Good luck finding it.
Wait, really? Oh.
What's gonna trigger what?
For the first 15 minutes of this video, there's going to be no sound due to copyright issues.
Yeah. Which is to everybody's benefit, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
I like it.
yeah. And I don't this is just an offer. We don't have to do this by any means. I talked to Decker a little bit about it. Um but so I became a life coach. So I got certified as a coach. We could do it something like that. Not saying that we are like doing coaching sessions, but like it's like let's just answer the questions. Like you talk through and why are we doing it? What's your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? What's going to stand in your way? Like and we can talk through that collectively and I don't know, just help us move forward to what we're trying to do, right? Like truly identify like what's your why, truly identify like what's going to be your barrier to your success and what you
We
want to
should
accomplish.
we should answer questions on the comments too, since we have a certified life coach. Send your questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Let Sam know what's wrong with you, and he'll tell you how to make it not so bad anymore.
$1.50 per question answered, no problem.
But I have to pay it, which is unfortunate. So,
Yeah.
Sam, I've got the Venmo is a tool I could use to send Sam $1.50 for your questions.
We'd like
That's
to
right.
thank our sponsor, Venmo, for
No.
this episode.
I love it. And just to brainstorm, like other things that we can do, like again, we don't have to do any of this, but I think it might be funny or fun to do like group rides or like group runs on here.
Discord.
And if we all could find a way to get a trainer hooked up and it's like Twitch, like we just live stream us literally riding our bikes together, do intervals and try to answer questions and talk. Yeah.
I also love this idea.
I expect one of us is going to get badly hurt trying to stream on Discord while riding a bike.
I mean, like, yeah, we'd like have your trainers and then we're all like riding
I'm
in
going
our place.
outside.
Okay, well, yeah, you can take your trainer outside.
Holding my phone.
Just get a bike mount.
Just get one of those things that's like hangs from your helmet, so it's just on your face all the time.
Yeah.
This is getting expensive between Venmoing Sam and buying dangly fish.
Hey, but it's your health. Like,
That's true.
this is investment in your future. Yeah. Think of the children.
That's true. That's true. I should get some sort of philanthropy award, really.
You should. I mean, you will. I mean, it's for sure. Another thought we could do is we have like a PR day where everybody has to go for a PR. It could literally be like, I need to get more high fives on my run than I've ever gotten before. I'm gonna stop at more stop signs than I've ever stopped at.
Yeah, and that's an easy one high five.
Yeah, see?
PR.
Never. Yeah.
And if it's not written down, I don't know if it exists. So, like, I don't know. We could see how many high fives we get. But or everybody can go for your own. So it could be like, no, I generally want to run my fastest mile I've ever ran, or I want to go swim longer than I've ever swimmed before. Whatever.
This is
It's on your Strava. I mean, if you recorded it on Strava, you can see all your stats.
This could actually be our first big YouTube controversy, because if we go out and start doing high fives on runs, people will start to think it's socially acceptable to try and high five somebody out running.
That's true.
then we're going to get the internet hate and we're going to get canceled.
We do have to think of the impacts, because we'll have a lots of power in our hands. We got to wield it appropriately.
Yep.
That's
what I've heard.
You put that on a bumper sticker. I've never heard that before. You're trying to find your. That's where I'm trying. I find it on my phone, but now I'm on my computer. My stats. Yeah. Go to your profile. Then on the right, it's like your stats. Bike, run, swim. It does. Go to your go. No, are you on your runny thing? Yeah, go to your shoe.
There's no fastest run time here on my bike profile.
Yeah, but I mean, like, now you know, then you can do your PR. We got to come up with a catchy name for some day of the week or month for PR. THRPR, the Thurper, Thursday PR. I don't know.
No, I think we got it. That's it, Sam.
The Thurper. We're going for our thirper.
So my big fitness goal for next week is logging back into Strava. That's going to be step 1. Decker, I'm probably going to need to talk to you about that offline because there's some considerations.
Can you look at somebody else's stats? That'd be cool. Like, can I find yours? What status is
in
my
clubs?
membership at?
You're delinquent on your dues, Sam.
Ew. Man, I am not good at Strava online.
If
Wait,
you
how did you
look,
do that? How did you do that?
if you look at mine, Decker, does it have my stuff?
Where are you? There you are.
you gotta stop.
That's a little crazy that you can do that. I've never looked at that.
There's a
screen.
setting. There's a setting in your account where you can say make it public, make it private, right? Like in the settings. Yeah. We're homied up.
I got it.
We did it.
Yeah, we're good. We're done. I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at yours too.
Pretty neat.
Pretty neat.
So
Yeah.
Yep. So I love that everyone's talking about personal bests and all of that. I'm worried about running a mile right now.
I think you can do it too, Johnny.
I don't know.
You want my?
I'm feeling a bit of doubt, to be honest. I'm in the worst shape of my entire life, and I just signed up for a triathlon.
Listen, Johnny.
And I'm not getting any younger.
Listen.
Yeah, but you're
I
getting
am the
fitter.
fattest I've ever been. I'm not getting fitter.
My body is completely ravaged for the experience I've gone through in the last 3 years, and I'm willing to undertake this. You're going to do great, Johnny.
That's totally fair.
July.
Yep. Yeah.
I feel a sponsorship coming on. Do we have
It's
do we
gonna
have
happen.
ideas?
Legitimately, the last time I started training for something like this with Decker and Sam, Decker was like, "You got to get this pre-workout." I get the pre-workout. I'd been running for what, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks or something at that point, Decker. I got the pre-workout and I thought veins were gonna pop out of all my necks. I thought I was gonna die. It was great. I could run a little
Yeah,
bit
but
further than before.
hmm and a bunch of B vitamins. Your face is gonna start tingling, and you're like, "I either gotta move my body or I'm gonna look like a meth user right now, just scratching."
One thing follows the other. That's
I
there's some brought to you by the
and
Latin
you
phrase "post hoc ergo propter hoc."
and you think Decker's joking, but that has honestly been such a key to it. Like, even this morning, I did that exact thing. I said it out loud. I said it to Kirsten. I was like, "Well, I guess I'm not motivated enough to go for a run, but I could drink this pre-workout right now, and then I have to."
I
Here's the
did
other
look into Decker had asked me to look into if there were any services in your guys' area that will dress a man up like a bear and hide outside and start chasing you when you come out so you're tricked into running. I haven't found anything yet, but I'm still looking, Decker.
sounds like a blue ocean opportunity. Like, that's what we'll do is
This is another great idea from me.
it's my next step for my life coach. It's like, you do that. I will hold you accountable by becoming the bear in your life.
Did Decker did Decker tell you about the pop-up schwitz?
No.
This is my other business idea. Is we get a what do we get, Decker? A tractor trailer thing. Yeah, we get a bouncing castle. We strap it to a truck. Listen, the idea is you drive this thing around to different events, right? So there's a half Ironman or there's, a Spartan race, whatever it is, a Spudman. You drive this thing there, you pop it up. It's got like a steam room, a hot tub, a cold soak, and like, I don't know, some tree branches to whack people with. And you pop it up at the end of the thing, you charge, I don't know, $70
It's a great
to
idea.
to use it. So when
No
you
joke,
get to
if you just took like a hot tub and cold plunges afterwards and set them up in a little row and said, "Jump
Yep,
in this. Give
that's
me
what I'm
$10,
saying.
jump in this." I would
This is what
jump
I'm
in a cold
saying.
plunge.
Dude, 100%. Like think about being a sad boy coming across the finish line at some long ass bike race. You're absolutely blasted. You're thinking, man, do I go lay down in the ambulance or do I go
The answer is
get a
yes.
quick hot tub?
Depends on the race, but it is that. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, just soaking their hooves. Because you didn't pay $70 for the experience, Decker. People want it to feel legit. Dollar, we can't. Can you play some music back over the part where I talk about my business idea that we haven't trademark, copyrighted, or done anything? Just put it up on the channel. It'll have a posted day.
Yeah.
Is that really how it works? Like you just have to document that you had an idea and then nobody else is allowed to have that idea?
Going back to Johnny's thing though, here's the other thing. This is my 2 bits of dad advice. Is if you want any of us to hate running, it's tell us to go out and run fast. So if you take a really good runner and say you need to go out and run 3 miles as fast as you can, I promise you they will hate that experience. Like you might have like the 5% that's like, I love like pushing myself beyond the limit, it's fun. And sure, there's a time for that. But speed is the thief of happiness for running. So the other thing is you should go so slow that you feel motivated to go faster, not the opposite. Go fast and you're feeling like this freaking sucks. I just need to stop and walk. And if you go at that pace and go so slow that your brain's like, no, I need to go a little faster. And then you go a little faster. And then if you feel like going slower, go slower until you feel the need to go faster. You're going to like it way more. Even if your stats are like, that was a 15-minute mile. Whatevs. You still ran a mile. Like, it doesn't matter.
This is not just running advice Sam is giving. You could apply this. I can think of at least one other thing where this is great advice for. Feel like it's too fast, you slow it down a little bit.
You just go slow. Just take it easy. Yep.
One should so we should talk about, because when I was getting my run up, and Decker, we did that. What was it? It was a half marathon length run up in Seattle. When I was getting my run up, one of the things I did is my Garmin watch. I've got the Garmin watch would let me tell it when I want. Yeah, thank you, Garmin. Great avionics too. I would tell it, hey, I want to run this far by this date. And it's like it builds a program for you. Right. And one of the things that I found really helpful was it would sometimes give me a task to go run reverse splits. Right. So you kind of start pretty slow, and every mile you increase your pace a little bit. And that really helped me, I feel, build endurance, right? I was really struggling to get past that kind of 5K mark at a decent rate until I started, letting something that has more knowledge about the subject than me give me ideas about what to run.
Me and Decker were doing that.
Do we
before.
ask different AIs each time? Put in your conditions, your worries,
Yep.
your age, your weight, the whole thing, and then
I
just be
literally
like,
did that
I gotta
2
do
hours
this
ago.
thing.
You did? What
Yeah,
did it say?
I did. So let me read you my prompt.
Yeah, you got it.
Amazing.
Okay,
This is
no
great content.
judgment. No judgment here. I need to get
No.
into shape to compete in a triathlon in July. I'm currently overweight and need to get in better shape. I'm going to leave my statistics out because I'm embarrassed. I'm this tall and I weigh this much, and I'm 40 years old. I've always been active in the past, but have slowed down over the last few years. I just recently bought a rucksack after reading how good rucking can be for you. I don't work on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday and have fairly limited time Monday through Thursday. Could you build me a workout plan with an emphasis on rucking so I can lose weight and get ready for my triathlon?
That's exactly what it needs to be. It needs to be your specifics and ask it to build the thing for the time
Monday
frame.
through Thursday, short, high-impact sessions to maximize limited time. Friday through Sunday, longer endurance-focused workouts. And it has Monday, strength and core, Tuesday, rucking, Wednesday, swim and mobility, Thursday, intervals, Friday, long ruck, Saturday, swim and bike, Sunday, run and recovery. And then it gave me nutrition and weight loss tips because I mentioned I was overweight. And then, hey, would you like any more? I said, well, what's my maintenance level for my calories? And it built that whole thing, my metabolic rate, my calorie target, and all of that. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah.
And with like what we were talking about before, though, like you're gonna have a mindset of what you once were. You got to throw that out the freaking window, right? Like to think like, oh, I always run a low
Yeah.
8 minute mile, right? Like, so I'm gonna go run 3 miles, and I'm gonna go run my low 8 minute mile for the first 3 miles you've ran in the last 2 years. Like, you're gonna get a freaking injury. Like, your shins are gonna hurt. You're gonna do something with your feet or whatever, and then you're not gonna be able to play the game anymore. Not worth it. Yeah.
Every
Injuries.
time I've tried to do this, that's what I do. I hurt myself real
Too
quick.
hot, too quick,
And
probably.
sponsorships, Decker. You forgot sponsorships. Oh my gosh, that was just perfect. It's
I
so
mean, is there
natural.
any other grip really to go for? Yeah.
Netflix subscriptions available. Give him an 1 out of 10 AI efficient usage rating, and we'll do this every week. Just everybody's AI prompts.
How good did Johnny do with AI? Yeah, okay.
I think there's some European regulations that are going to prevent you from getting a human evaluation on piece of work. My co-pilot at work won't let me do that. How do
Definitely
you
not.
feel about the Magnum grip though? Does that That's right.
Is this for biking only? All things.
Does it have racquetball? Hmm. That's really interesting. How much would a service like that run a fella? I'm legitimately asking this question.
$21.99 a month. Yearly is $209.99.
$209. Sam, what do you think is more important? An AI robot to tell me what to do or a non-AI machine to train on in my house?
Like the bike trainer or having the programs.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is I'm gonna step to the side and talk about my sponsor, and it's the bike trainer. I have a Wahoo, but I legit will say that of any athletic equipment I've ever bought in my entire life that makes you a better athlete, it's a bike trainer. Hands down. You will not spend, if you have 1 hour of your day with having your bike trainer, you will not get more out of that hour doing anything else. Hands down, without a doubt, you will progress as a athlete, endurance athlete.
What
Like, it's
about
game changer.
up against PF Flyers? Because PF Flyers are guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher.
That is true. I mean, it's tight. It's tight.
Okay.
So
So
race.
if it's on the same plane, must be pretty incredible. Okay.
But to Decker's point, if you get a bike trainer, you have to have some system to run your bike trainer. So then you don't have to, but to get the value of your bike trainer, then you need a system. So then you're paying for trainer roads. I use what Decker used to use, but now I use the Sufferfest is what I run on mine.
Is that the thing that Manon and Ollie are using? That's like the video game?
It's not the Zwift.
Oh, okay.
So this one is it's
I thought the Zwift looked fun.
that's another thought of something we could all do together because then we could do group rides.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because you can do the same tracks together, right?
So like
That would actually be really fun.
if we're doing if we're live streaming us doing the thing and we do like a race together and try to talk and do the thing, that would be fun, I think.
I'll be able to do one of those three things simultaneously.
I know that's the whole point though. That's why it would be funny.
It puts you in the right zones and the right effort intervals and all that, right?
Injury.
Sponsorships.
Injury, sponsorship. I do think, I don't know, from a foundational standpoint, like we should probably talk about what we're trying to do. What do we even want to do?
We need to.
Johnny, because honestly, like we're talking like we're giving advice, but like for what?
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
But it also
This
can
is-
be as complex, as simple as you want. Like all of this can be like a bike trainer's great, or you can just go outside, ride a bike. You know, like you can do all the stuff, or you can just go out. Like
at not dying in the event an actual bear
But-
shows up.
But maybe that's your goal. But
My goal
maybe,
is to not
yeah.
die in my swim and to finish. Like that's
Yeah.
my goal. To do it. It doesn't matter. Like that's it.
Because that was
But
my
I
point
think
of like,
I think Decker's talking about the more underlying reason. Like, why do I want to go? Like in my case, right? Why do I want to go from where I'm at right now to where I can run? And we're talking about an Olympic length triathlon event, right?
yeah.
It's not important to me that I can bike 25 miles after I swim, what is it, like a mile, and then run a 10K. That's not what's important to me. There's a reason underneath that I want that, right? And for me, it's so, I can be around for my kids and be healthy longer, right?
Yeah.
And I think understanding that motivation is helpful too.
Yeah, so that's my point of like it doesn't have to be now, maybe sometime in the next time, because like your goal for this year too, your why is different than my why potentially. We should talk about what each of our whys are. Our goals might be different for each of us because like, maybe it's just a finish, but like my assumption is Decker's goal is not just to finish it, right? Like and my goal is not just to finish it. Like we've done it before, so we have different goals at this stage, right? Maybe the goal is just to not walk through any of the run. That's great. That's a perfect goal if that's a goal. Or maybe it is. Like I don't care as long as I finish, right? But so that's what I'm saying is like for this year coming up, we should probably talk through like what we're trying to accomplish. Like and I'll just like the cliff note for me is like I've done a lot of these things, but if I'm going to do it this year, I want to like lean out and do it as fast as I possibly can this year. Like that's my goals. Like I've done it. I know I'm going to finish. I know I went through it. I know what I can do. So now I want to beat what I've ever done in the past. So a lot of what I'm going to be training or my nutrition or how I'm going to do that is going to be focused on that goal. So I'll have to train differently, potentially. So I think it all kind of leads in. Your why leads into what your goal is. Your goal is going to lead into how you train, and that's how we progress moving forward.
We do need somebody to go through and cut this up into YouTube shorts, because that's number 6, Decker, is YouTube shorts. And then while we're on the topic of shorts, why do some running shorts cradle the dangly bits and some don't? And what's best?
It depends on your bits, really.
Is anybody? I got a new pair of gym shorts, and I was on the trainer at work, and my bits were not how I remember them being when I would do these things. And I think the lack of the liner is what's to blame here.
You do gotta be careful. The one thing I will also say is never underestimate a little bit of tape on your nipples if you're doing these runs. So hey,
I didn't get that piece of advice from Decker until after we had ran 13 miles. And then I got in the water of what was that lake, Decker? Lake Washington. and some parts were tinglier than others for reasons that I would have preferred to avoid.
Do you remember that picture of James when he ran his 13 or he ran his half marathon and he just has like blood
Oh,
stains
no.
on the front of his shirt? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I think Decker may have frozen.
No, he's just thinking seriously
Look,
about what we're
dude.
saying.
Yeah,
He's
look
very,
at him.
very contemplative. He's
Yeah.
thinking about what point number 7 is going to be.
And he is very disappointed in us.
He's so focused.
Understandably so.
Look at
Yeah.
that focus.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
That's my point of like it's all okay. Like the whole point of this game is like whatever it means for you, it's good. Like you don't have to be obtaining our goals. And so what I think we should find ways to make it be meaningful for each of us individually, and then the cool thing is doing it together is the way that we hold each other accountable and the way that we like have people that motivate us to keep going, right? Like that's the juice of having the team.
And that's also number 7. You can't make old friends.
You can't make old friends.
Is that what is that country music song?
Old people are the worst.
That's not what it means, Sam.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, so for you, Johnny, like again, like your goal might not be to go slam this race in this
Blow
way.
the doors off the thing, yeah.
Maybe it's just I want to like get comfortable on a bike for the next 2 weeks. And that's the goal. That's great. And so there's different ways that you approach that to say like I want to go get comfortable where I hope I don't tip over when I forget to clip out of my pedal.
So this is interesting. This is like kind of race specific goals that we're talking about now, right? So like Sam, Decker, would you guys recommend we go look at like, you know, the different types of athletes that, you know, hey, I'm a more beginner level triathlete, or I'm a more, you know, I've done this before, and pick kind of, I don't know if they use the word peloton here, right? But pick kind of where in that group you'd want to be, right? There's like guidelines for, hey, I'm running my first marathon. You want to target maybe a 4-hour thing if you're this age, or a
And also with what you're talking about, like I wouldn't recommend going and looking at a goal like right now. But as you start doing the bits, like you're going to start to figure out what your good is and what a better will be, and then how to put all those together, right? So it's like, okay, I might could run, you know, the 6 miles and I can run it in maybe a 10-minute mile right now. So then I'm going to do my run in an hour. Then I'm going to bike. That'll probably take me, you know, hour and 30 minutes. And so you start piecing it together, and then you're like, no, actually, now I'm running a 9-minute mile. So I want to do that in this time. So you'll start to piece together what you could do for that distance. And
But
I
is
think
it
you should base it off of yourself.
for
That's
sure? I completely hear what you're saying, but should you also consider sort of the bottom end of it, right? Like they're going to shut the race down.
sure. Yeah. But like,
5% downgrade the entire bike ride. Straight
that would
shot.
escalators up all the hills. But I think also that will, like, stuff like that will start to come as a progression too, like of us, like, once we start getting our baselines down, then we can
Establishing what
start,
the baseline is, yeah.
yeah, and we can start focusing on, like, the hope is so you sign up for a race. My guess is one of the goals right now is the best thing about having a race that you're looking for is you're like, I just don't want to look stupid on that day. Like, I just want to be able to show up and actually do the thing. So that's very motivating to go to actually get out and start doing stuff.
Because you
And
know you've
then,
got that date.
yep,
It's
and you're
coming.
like, I'm going to look foolish, or I'm going to not be able to do this, and I'm going to have to tell people I didn't do it, or whatever that means for you, right? Like, that starts to be your initial motivation. And then every run, you're like, this is what it'll feel like on that day. So I don't want it to feel this crappy. So
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going so it feels a little better. And you
And
start
that's-
thinking about that, and it progresses. Then you get to, well, now I want the strategy, right? Like, now I can do the run. Now I want, how am I going to do this in a way that makes me feel successful?
I think it's funny we're talking about this in January, right? Because it's like that time of the year where people are like flooding the gyms and then disappearing, right? So this is like part of my process of like, how am I going to hold myself accountable before we even decided that we were going to do this accountability call and really amazing life advice channel. I'm telling my friends, hey, I signed up for this Spudman thing, so I've got 6 months now to go ahead and get back in shape and get to a point where I can go do this thing. It's that social pressure. It's anything can I do? What can I do to keep myself motivated? Right? Is it drinking the pre-workout to get out the door? Is it just getting over the hump of like I'm going to go get my first workout, whatever it is?
Yep. And that's me. What works for you is going to be different from me for sure. Right? Like,
Fellas, I got 5 minutes till I've got to bounce.
no worries.
Just jog in place, everybody, for 5 minutes.
Yeah, can I'm gonna start really basic, but my goal this week is to run 3 miles throughout the week.
Great.
So that's what I want to be accountable for, is to run 3 miles throughout the week.
I'll be
I'm very inflexible, so I will be doing lots of yoga to try and loosen up my muscles and my joints, and because I'm afraid that my body will revolt. So 3 miles feels good for me.
Yep, go slow. Like, if there's a way to force yourself to go slow, whatever that is, just do it. Like, if it's not tracking your run and then you just talk to us about it afterwards, or whatever, you track it and you say, I'm not going to run faster than this. I did a run, I can't remember, Wednesday or something, and that was one of my goals of like, I'm not going to run faster than a 9-minute mile. and it was really hard actually to like gauge and like, okay, I got to slow down a little bit. Oh, I actually got to speed up a little bit just because I wanted to hit a zone that just feels truly like zone 2 for me.
But
But
Johnny, I think, for you, right, you're gonna be at a different level where, the last time I went through this of kind of being very sedentary and wanting to be more active, it was like, okay, can I run that first mile of you said you wanted to do 3, right? It might be, can I run for a mile, right? And do it at whatever pace feels appropriate, but can I go that mile without stopping to walk, right? That might be how you have to think about it. I know I've been in that position before, and that's okay. I'm going to see if I can go do that thing, whatever it is, to push yourself just a little. Yeah. Let's see. So I did 2 cycles this week, and then I went for a short jog this morning. So I'm still needing to get the pool schedule sorted out at my local municipal whatever. For people that don't know, the high school girls swim team is in there in the morning on certain days and not other days, and that's the only time I can really swim is in the morning. So I have to schedule around the high school girls team because they take over the whole thing and they're very alpha girls. Um, I can't remember if they take over the whole thing or if I'm scared of them, but it might be one or the other. Yeah, but I want to get swim this week in. Uh, See if I can still do 1,500-meter swim. And then I'd like to get a run as well this week. So still going to try and keep 2 cycle days on the stationary at work. While it's cold, but then see if I can get a run and a swim as well. So I'm kind of starting to get my body used to all those different motions again, right?
ooh, I got to think about it, but I'm just looking at it. So this last week I feel like a motivating good week. Like I got back and did all the bits each day. Um, different times for different. So my goal this week, honestly, was to do it every day, but find sunshine as I was doing it because it was nice this week. So rather than go run in the morning and feel like the sucked, then I would work and try and arrange my schedule so I could work out later. So I think what I want to do is my goal this week is to beat the time I spent doing it than this last week. So I want to increase
More minutes or hours of that time.
Yep, and what that will look like is that means I think I want to extend my longer run or longer bike ride this next week. Yeah, so that's my goal, to maintain what I did through the week and then have a longer session on a Friday or Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I need to figure out swimming.
I think next week's episode should include some swim stories from everybody.
Swimming for when you're getting back into it for the first 2 weeks is just called drowning. It literally just feels like drowning. Until you figure out your rhythm.
You would say that that's not something you would advise doing in front of really alpha 18-year-old swim girls. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. But also 70-year-old men that have been doing it their whole life and swim like
Absolutely
angels.
slaying.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they just like
Just lapping you. Absolutely.
probably old 50s, late 50s, I would guess. Like if it makes you feel better to beat two dopey guys, sure. Like let's do this.
More swim stories like these next week.
It's a good teaser.
Johnny, I'm worried about you. Do you need to dip?
What?
I'm worried about
go.
you. I thought you said you needed to go.
I do. I don't want wrath. So
Okay.
thanks, guys. Keep in touch. Bye bye.
Thank-